Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live video production from TableRockSports.net in sponsorship with local school districts and sponsors. I'm Jim McCoy, along with Mark McLemore and David Alvarez on the camera, coming to you live from Cascade Christian High School in Medford, Oregon. We thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Lithia Superstore Game Night, powered by Siskiyou Cellular in Southern Oregon. Tonight we're featuring the Rogue River Chieftains versus the Cascade Christian Challengers. We're pleased to bring you this game on TableRockSports.net in partnership with our community business partners. Joe Brett is the executive producer for tonight's event. Our sponsors keep these events free for fans to enjoy. Please let them know you will appreciate their support. And we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search Table Rock Sports and click on the red subscribe button. We will let you know when the games go live. We're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout, and when we return, we'll get you ready for the start of tonight's game. The next portion of our pregame show brought to you by Tap Rock along the Rogue River. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Come enjoy the patio weather and a brand new menu at Tap Rock Northwest Grill, where friends and family gather and memories are made. Come visit us today or visit our website.
What do you do when you don't know the first step in applying for Social Security disability? It's easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Daily adventures start right here at Pinnacle 365. You'll find exactly what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with crispy, crunchy chickens, mouth-watering chicken, and chicken tenders. Wherever your next adventure takes you, we're here to keep you energized throughout the day. And our new Peak Rewards program helps you save money on fuel so you can travel further for less. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
There's a time machine that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
This portion of our pregame show is brought to you by Tap Rock on the Rogue River and Grants Pass. Locally owned and family run. Check out the new menu and great views at Tap Rock. Joining me in the mezzanine this evening is Mark McLemore. And last night, very electric ball game, very physical game against the Junction City Tigers, ranked number 3 in the Oregon 4A. And I'm sure there's a lot of things that the coaching staff and the players have taken away from last night's ball game, lessons that will serve them down the road. But now tonight, Challengers in action against a Rogue River team that's at the other end of the spectrum, just in terms of trying to field a team and get something out there and tipping it up and
Well, you take a loss like that, you want to get back in there and play again, of course.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be very interesting to see how the Challengers play tonight. I'm a little bit curious as to how this game's going to go with, we remember the last time over at, or at least I do, over at Rogue River, where the Challengers put up 108 points against Rogue River. And I think, Coach is a little more, after having played last night in a very physical game, as you mentioned, more likely, I think, to start subbing earlier and often with some of the younger guys as the game goes along if it gets out of hand, kind of like it did last time.
Right, absolutely. Well, I know that with your JV game, that a lot of your JV2 players actually played in that game, saw substantial playing time. 11 out of your 13 players scored in the ball game, and a good afternoon for them, and really kind of in a sense taking a lot of those challenger swing players that go between the JV and the varsity and putting them on ice and getting them ready for extended minutes tonight.
Yeah, I would expect to see some of the guys that typically don't play maybe as many minutes get some time tonight, considering like I said, the game from last night and how physical it was. And I know I did talk to a few of the players after the game last night, and they mentioned that it was just a very physical battle against Junction City, and that they took some bumps and hits and things. And so we'll see, especially guys like Drew Hall and some of the guys that really spent a lot of their energy last night in that game. I mean, Drew was phenomenal in that game, and scored 26 points and spent a lot of energy trying to get through that Junction City defense. So we'll see how much he plays tonight. I'm a little curious about that. I think they're still working some of these guys like Colson Brown into playing shape. So I kind of expect him to play some minutes for sure. I think we'll see, at least at the start, we'll see a lot of Peyton Maurer and Tristan, and then we'll see kind of how things go through the first couple of quarters.
Well, the Challengers looking to get back on the winning track, coming in with an overall record of 16-3, 10-0 in the Far West League. Rogue River at this point, no wins on the season as far as league play goes, 2-15 overall. And you just imagine, it's just, you can't help but wonder. There's two ways you can react to that as a player for Rogue River. Either you can make it feel like it's a slog and you just want to get through it, or you can just take it as like, hey, we get to play basketball, and we'll just, keep
better,
going.
Right? I mean, that's the goal of every team, is to play basketball and get better. And so we'll see how much better they are than they were the last time we played them, if any.
Yeah, well, it's been a while since they've seen each other.
Yeah, it's exactly true. We've gone all the way through our half of the league once, and then all the way through the Roseburg, the north part of the league. And then we're back around now to Rogue River, and we, repeat what we did at the very beginning of the year. Remember, Rogue River was our first league game. And so we have to go through Rogue River and then two Brookings, and we got North Valley at their place. And, to finish out the season, we got, St. Mary's and Lakeview, I think. So, it's going to be an interesting stretch run. There's a very interesting game with Thurston mixed in there. Churchill, excuse me. Churchill mixed in there. So
similar, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how it all goes as the next couple of weeks unfold. We'll see if we get the big fella back too, which would be very helpful, as we said, against Junction City. You saw a lot of the points scored by them inside the paint area, and usually, Austin does a good job of helping out in that area.
It's always nice to have a rim protector. I did think it was encouraging last night that Colson Brown had a couple of blocks on the night and made a nice contribution defensively. And I think, when you talk about the absence of Austin Maurer, that is where the development of Brown or Eli Bryant becomes all the more important. And this can be, if they choose to look at it that way, that these two young men, among others, can use this as a real kind of foundation building opportunity.
Oh, I think so. I agree with that 100%. But one of the things that they have to do is remember not to get, because they rely a lot on Austin to do a lot of the rebounding and such.
Okay, here's the starting lineup. We'll turn it over to the public address.
Senior forward, number 33, Sam Hay. And the senior forward, number 35, Christian Moody. The team gives our direction of head coach Max Javernick and assisted by Josh O'Gorman. And now, for your Cascade Christian Challengers. A 5'11" sophomore. A guard, number 2, Jared Frankovian. A 5'11" junior guard, number 3, Kenneth Anderson. A 6'1" senior forward, number 4, Tristan Wallace. A 6'2" sophomore guard, number 11, Drew Hall. And a 6'3" junior forward, number 13, Peyton Bauer. The challengers are in the direction of head coach Brian Morris and assisted by Ryan.
So there you have it, the starting lineup for the Cascade Christian Challengers and the Rogue River Chieftains. And, well, here we go. Obviously, the Chieftains would say, probably among their goals is keep this team under 100 this time.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true. And without Austin Maurer, I think they'll probably accomplish that goal. And like I said, I kind of foresee Coach Morris going to a pretty early, quick rotation, but we'll see how it all comes out.
Challengers control the tip, and a team that's not nearly as tall in the absence of Maurer, but still some pretty fair length, including Drew Hall at 6'3". They'll work it inside. Maurer loses the handle on it. And one of the things that was a struggle for Cascade Christian last night were the turnovers.
Yeah, it certainly was, and they kind of ran the same play to start the game right there that they ran against Junction City last night, only with a little more success.
Bounce pass across the paint. Perrin Nelson there. Challengers on the move. Cannon Anderson lays it up and in. Anderson, 2 out of 9 last night. Last night was a real struggle for him, so it's good to see him start early.
Yep. Yeah, there was some good defense put on him at Junction City. They were very good defenders.
Steal by Anderson. Anderson out of the backcourt with the left hand. Wallace tries the put back. Looked like he might have kind of rushed it a little bit. Ball's loose on the floor. Anderson tries to save it, but to no avail. So Cascade a little rugged and rough here in the early going, but they do lead 2-0. Seth McWillie out of backcourt. Bounce pass for Sam Hogg. Up top it goes. McWillie now to Hogg. Move around the paint. Weston 4. Steal by the Challengers. And Tristan Wallace going to the hoop. Knocked away. Rejected by the Chieftains. Cannon Anderson fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
Challengers love to get points on the inbounds plays. A nice little inbound play there to Cannon Anderson. And fouled on the shot. He'll go free throw line.
Anderson, good on the first free throw attempt. He has all 3 of the Challengers' points. He's averaging about almost 7 points a game. Kind of a swing between the starter and first guy off the bench.
He's played a little of both this year, depending on matchups.
4-0 ball game. High post. Hogg with the basketball, guarded by Wallace. A matchup of guys with football stature.
Yeah. And another turnover for the Chieftains, their third here early in the first.
And that's the tough part. It's hard to score points when you can't take shots.
Challengers with a couple of turnovers of their own here early as well. A little bit sloppy in the beginning for this one.
Peyton Maurer in the high post, swings it out to Hall. Frankoviak shoots his shot off target, Anderson goes hard to the hole, and he's a man on fire tonight.
So far.
He's got all 6 of the challenger points as they take the early lead. With the basketball on the right side, Hogg, and then a shot goes up. Maurer tries to haul down the rebound. McWillie. Hogg. Now a lefty shot by 4. No good. Challengers on the break. Anderson. And we'll have a foul called against Rogue River. And that's going to go ahead and go against Perrin Nelson.
And he's got 2 fouls already.
Wallace feeds it for Anderson. That'll be knocked away. Nelson there, who's got the unenviable task of guarding an Anderson that is feeling it early. Pass broken up. Frankowiak. His pass short. Taken away by Nelson. Hogg going to drive to the hoop. Off the window. Shot a little bit long. Hall, who was the Challengers' leading rebounder last night with 7, dribbles out of backcourt. Timeout called by the Challengers. That'll give us an opportunity to recognize our sponsors, and we'll be right back here on TableRockSports.net.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Any time is a good time to plan your funeral, except at the time of the funeral. At Conger Morris, we know that there are so many advantages to planning ahead. It eases the burden on our families at their worst time. Pre-planning also alleviates their stress, knowing the funeral costs are already taken care of. And it allows your service to be more meaningful, with all of your wishes being taken care of. Call us today for personalized assistance in creating your own plan. Conger Morris, we'll always be there.
They ixnayed that.
Yeah. So the Challengers with the basketball. We're talking a little bit about Countess Anderson during the break. Frankowiak, skip pass to Wallace. Wallace starts a drive, and a foul will be called against Moody. Christian Moody. And again, like I said, it looks like a couple of linebackers setting up shop. Well, of course, Wallace is during the fall. Hall with the basketball, drives against McWillie. His shot rims off. There with the rebound is 4.
Challengers struggling a little bit shooting the basketball here early.
4 with the basketball, hands it back to McWillie. And then the ball last touched. Losing it out of bounds, Perrin Nelson.
4 turnovers already for Rogue River. But the Challengers with 3, so not really that much of a deficit at this point.
Frankowiak to Peyton Maurer. Cross-court pass for Hall. He gets a screen from Wallace. Anderson, Frankowiak, who had 6 threes against Douglas. And they'll hand it for Anderson, and he gets it to go.
He's got all 8 of the Challengers' points so far, and
already surpassed his season average.
all 8 of the points in the entire game, actually, so far.
Ties to Rogue River. His dad, Scott Anderson, a coach for them back in the day. Anderson on the breakaway. 2. Cannon Anderson playing like a man possessed. All 10 of the Challenger points as they lead 10-0, and he has a steal. He goes up against McWillie, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
And he landed very awkwardly there for a second, but he bounces right up.
Yeah,
Glad
I've
to
seen
see
enough
that.
of those to last me
Yeah,
for a while.
exactly what I was thinking.
And that will send Cannon Anderson to the free throw line. Colson Brown. It looks like we got Derek Farmer getting ready to check into the ball game. First free throw attempt by Anderson, good.
Yeah, so now it's 11-0 Anderson.
Well, he's been scoring so much on drives this year. He's about 48% on the year. Really raised his percentage this year. He ends up missing the second, but Colson Brown there with the offensive rebound. Anderson kicks it out. Hall will drive. He goes to the hole, and they're going to call an offensive foul.
That's a terrible call, but
Yep.
you can't move under somebody when they're in the air, and that was a really late move underneath. But
They didn't ask for our opinion, did they?
no, they did not.
Anderson going to take a seat on the challenger bench. Need to put his arm on ice.
Well, they need to share some of that shot-making ability with some of the other guys.
Absolutely. Hogg feeds it inside as Moody tries to make a move. Challengers disrupt it. Now 4 going to inbound underneath. Bounce pass. Hogg going to shoot quickly. And it misses. There's Hall for the rebound. Hall feeds Frankowiak. Peyton Maurer shoots from downtown. He was 3 out of 4 from long distance last night.
Well, that was great ball rotation that time by the Challengers to get him an open look. Went from one side of the floor clear back to the other.
He's really got it going. He's raised his three-point percentage on the season to 36%, and he was laboring in the high 20s for quite a while. He's really come on of late. Farmer gets a hand on the pass before McWillie manages to corral it. 4 with the basketball. He'll try a little reverse move, and there's Peyton Maurer again. And now checking into the ball game is Isaac House Jr. And then Briley Richards into the ball game for Frankowiak.
Kind of thought he was going to go deep early, and now you've got just the 2 starters left on the floor out of the 5.
Hogg with the basketball. Starts a drive, pulls up inside the paint, off the window, as the Chieftains get their first bucket of the night. Hall. Peyton Maurer going to shoot. Shot long. McWillie tries to save it. Hall's there. And it's like shooting fish in a barrel.
That's why Coach Morris always says, do not save the ball underneath your own basket. Too many bad things can happen. Just let it go out of bounds.
And that happened there. Near steal by the Challengers. Nelson kicks it out. Trying to drive his House. And it's stripped away. On the move is Hall. Hall, little Euro step there. Can't get it to go. Peyton Maurer will shoot from downtown. And he buries it. Chieftains will call a timeout. 1:24 to go in the first quarter of play. Today's action is brought to you by Schlesinger and DeVilleneuve, attorneys with practices throughout Southern Oregon, and the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role campaign, promoting respectful and civil behavior at youth sporting events. No, it has been quite a first quarter. Well, we do something. We got Anderson getting hot early, then Peyton Maurer. It seems like that's kind of rubbed off on him a little bit.
Making a couple of threes there, and Drew Hall adding a bucket late. And the Challengers in really good shape, 19-2 here, with just a minute to go in the first quarter.
Buzzer sounds. Challengers come in with Eli Bryant. Cannon Anderson's back in. Derek Farmer along with Briley Richardson and Colson Brown. So basically it's Anderson and a reserve crew in there.
Yep.
House being guarded by Farmer. Hogg bounce pass. House with the move to the hoop. Can't get it to go. Richardson with a rebound. He'll outlet for Anderson. Cannon directing traffic. Briley skip pass. Farmer down low for Bryant. Little fadeaway. His shot off to the left. No good.
That's a shot he normally is pretty good at making. So they got him the ball in a good spot. He just couldn't finish.
Steal by Farmer and the Challengers. Quickly up the floor for Richardson. And he scores.
Great pass by Farmer that time. Kind of a no-looker to Richardson for the easy bucket.
House, guarded by Farmer, loses control. Derek has it. McWillie going up behind him. And we have a whistle on the floor. And Anderson calling a play. 4 going to come in. Richardson in the corner to Bryant. 18 seconds left to go. Farmer will shoot from long range. His shot off to the right, no good. He was hot early in the season, but he's kind of cooled off of late.
Yeah, he has. Not quite shooting as well from the three-point land.
And the shot goes up, and after 1 quarter of play, it is the Challengers 21 and the Chieftains 2. We'll be right back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Dear Dad, today was hard. You know how much I love you, and you know how much I love sports. I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love to play, and I love my team. I want us both to enjoy the game, win or lose. But we can't if you always lose your temper. I hope you can cheer for me and the other players. It's about more than just the score. It's about us all enjoying the experience. I hope you can join me for my next game. I really want you to be there. Love, Katie.
Winter Sports are brought to you by our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore, Jeep Dodge Chrysler. Visit lithiasuperstore.com to find your next ride. And our presenting sponsor, Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon, with 7 locations to serve you.
Challengers in the 1-3-1 to start the second quarter, and just like that, they get a steal. That turns into a miss and a layup.
But there is Wallace. Tristan Wallace, who went scoreless last night, cleans up underneath. And the Challengers struggled with that 1-3-1 last night.
Yeah, they had trouble with it a little bit, off and on, trying to get some turnovers out against the Junction City team that really does a good job of taking care of the basketball with only 6 turnovers in that entire game. Some quick stats for the first quarter. Challengers 8 for 16 from the field, 50%. Rogue River 1 for 10.
Ouch.
10%.
Well, that pretty well tells the story, and that shot differential, I know you always quick to point out that that's usually the result of turnovers.
And or offensive rebounds, right?
Right. Shot missed, quickly out of backcourt goes Cannon Anderson. Ball stripped away as he tries to make his move. Anderson with 11 already in the ball game. His season high 20 against Coquille. Frankowiak back in the ball game. He'll take care of the inbound. Gets it in for Hall. Drew, who had 26 last night. He'll make a move, go to the hoop, and the runner is good.
Gives him 4 on the night so far.
After 26 tonight, last night, I'm sure, good to see some other guys kind of get into the act a little bit. He really did everything he could to carry that team on his back last night. Meanwhile, Nelson going to the hoop. Shot too hard off the glass. Peyton Maurer outlets Anderson quickly up the floor. And he scores. Try to feed it over. 4. Making a move against Frankowiak. Lefty in the paint. Second field goal of the game. And his first.
Yeah, and he always goes to his left. So if you're a challenger defender, you want to force him right.
Hall with the basketball between the circles. McWillie guarding him. Frankowiak, his shot rolls around, and he gets the Boston bounce.
Well, I did not think that was going to go in, but it did.
Neither did I. Frankowiak with his first bucket of the evening. And until last night, where he struggled with 5 points, Frankowiak has been a bucket the last several weeks. Cannon Anderson whistled for his first personal foul of the ball game. 2 team fouls for the challengers. Perrin Nelson going to check out. And in the lineup, Jeffrey Simpson. And the challengers get the ball back. Hall. Now around the horn it goes to Maurer. Skip pass over, and Wallace offering a screen. Hall from long range.
Wallace was going to be open for a layup, but he got his feet tangled up and fell down, and so Drew Hall just said, okay, I'll just shoot it.
I'll just take care of it. Like, I got this. Rogue River inbounding along their baseline. 4 going to shoot. A shot just a little bit long. McWillie gets the long rebound. He'll try one. And McWillie gets it to go for his first bucket of the ball game. Cross-court pass. Making a move, Anderson. Feeding Wallace inside.
Nice pass by Anderson that time to Wallace for the easy one.
Tipped away by the challengers defensively, and you know the challengers trademark that those active hands disrupting the flow. 4 going to inbound. Bounce pass to Hogg. Up top, Moody. Moody, bull rushes to the hoop.
They're going to get him for a turnover.
35-7 football score here in the second quarter.
Yeah.
The challengers with 5 touchdowns and extra points. Peyton Maurer feeds it. Hall looking for it down on the low block. He's looking to go to work there against McWillie.
McWillie's going to pick up the foul.
And that'll be his 3rd of the game.
Yeah, as we found out last night, Drew Hall's a tough guy to guard.
Yes, he is.
He can pick up fouls in a hurry.
Sophomore transfer from South Medford. Peyton Maurer says, I could use that right hand too.
Yeah, that.
And Maurer now at his season average, and a timeout called. We'll go ahead and just keep it right here. The Rogue Valley Transportation District invites you to save on car payments, gas, and insurance by riding the bus. Expanded routes and hours will get you where you need to go. Visit rvtd.org. Saving money on gas sounds good to me. I think I'm going to get my wife something expensive for Valentine's Day. I think I'm going to go buy her a dozen eggs.
There you go. Or a few gallons of gas.
Yeah, there you go. I might have to go down to the bank to take out a loan for that.
Well, yeah.
37-7. Laughing about it's better than crying, I guess.
Yes, that is true.
The challengers come out of the timeout with Hall, Maurer, Wallace, Frankowiak, and Anderson, their starting lineup.
Back in the 1-3-1 again here.
Simpson with the basketball. House calling for it. He'll shoot from downtown. Had a good look, but just can't get that one to fall. Challengers out of backcourt. Hall taking his time. And then there's Hall showing us his moves. Missed the shot.
Must have spent all those layups last night.
I think so. Shot long. Forrest saves it. Feeds it to Hogg. 2. Nice hustle. Good teamwork by the Chieftains. 37-9. Peyton Maurer throws a pass up top for Hall. Hall going to drive. Kick it out for Frankowiak. He gets it to go.
Second three of the game for Jaron.
Jaron shooting 41% from downtown on the season. They got some guys who can bury it from long range. Of course, Hall can make it from there. Peyton Maurer has really come on of late. Cannon Anderson can get hot there from time to time. And one of their better guys we haven't seen shoot a whole lot of threes just because he hasn't had a whole lot of playing time, Briley Richardson.
Yep, he hasn't been in here too much yet.
Some opportunities, no doubt, coming down the stretch. Hall at the free throw line. Kick it out, Peyton Maurer, his shot off the back iron. There's Anderson, tries to make a move to the hoop. And off the deflection, it'll be the challenger inbound. Frankowiak. And there's Maurer. He lays it up and in.
Picking up the loose garbage and knocking it down, Peyton Maurer.
He's got 10 of the ball game, his point output for last night. Ball tipped away. It'll be Chieftain basketball. 2:07 to go in the second. Four inbounding. And there is House getting there on the block is Anderson.
Give Rogue River some credit. They're definitely hustling and crashing the glass on their end and getting some second chance opportunities here.
Yes, they are.
The challengers not, as they did last night, not securing the defensive rebounds. Had a lot of trouble with that up at Junction City. Got out-rebounded by quite a lot.
Inbounding, 4. Hogg has to climb the golden ladder to get that one. Pass over the corner, 4 drives to the hoop. Shot a little bit hard off the glass. Peyton Maurer up the floor for Anderson. And maybe Maurer showed us why he's a receiver and not a quarterback.
Yeah, that'll happen every once in a while. Those are the kind of turnovers you don't mind too much. They're dead ball turnovers. You get to set up your defense again, and you're trying to make a play for somebody else.
Pass down on the low block for the Chieftains, 4. And the shot in and out. Good looking attempt by Austin Ellis, who's in the ball game. Four whistled for the personal foul, his first.
And now we're in the bonus, so Cannon Anderson going to be going to the free throw line, where so far tonight he's 3 for 4.
Timeout called by the Chieftains. We've got 1:33 left to go in the half. Challengers lead 42-9. And we'll be right back after these messages.
This is Maya. As an embedded systems engineering student at Rogue Community College, Maya spends a lot of time in the lab, learning circuit design and making great connections with her instructors and classmates. By riding the bus and not owning a car, Maya saves almost $1,000 a month. RVTD helps Maya get to and from class safely and easily, enabling her to invest in her bright future at Oregon Tech. Way to go, Maya!
Perfect stuff.
You an honorably discharged U.S. veteran? If so, did you know that you and your spouse could save approximately $5,000 by taking advantage of using a VA National Cemetery? You and your spouse get a grave or urn space, grave lining, opening and closing, headstone, and perpetual care, all free. Conger Morris can assist you with making all final arrangements and also help with other benefits that you and your spouse are entitled to as a veteran. Call Conger Morris or visit one of the offices.
Cannon Anderson at the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
Oh.
Free throw attempt.
No good.
A little bit long. Frankowiak there. Kicks it out. Maurer shoots from long range. Shot a little bit long. Up the floor it goes. Hall with it on the break. He'll lay it up with the left hand. 2. Hall with 9 in the ball game. Spreading the wealth around, the challengers are. And a steal by Anderson. Anderson lays it up and in. And that'll be 15 points on the night for Anderson. And now he's going to inbound. Chieftains just all kinds of trouble. Just even getting the ball up the floor this evening. Hall, Maurer. Now Hall's going to shoot from long range. Shot a little bit short, but there's Frankowiak. When you're hot, you're hot.
Challenger's getting a bunch of good bounces right now, too, as that one bounced right to Frankowiak.
It's like, look what I found. I think I know what to do with this.
Not quite sure why they're man-to-man pressing at this point in the game, but maybe trying to make some kind of a point here. And the Chieftains take a timeout.
Timeout call with 42.9 left to go in the half. Today's game is brought to you in part by Avista Utilities and our friends from Pinnacle 365. Use your peak rewards to save on gas on the way to fresh powder at Mount Ashland. And it also reminds me to invite all our friends along the way to check out SouthernOregonGrapevine.com. You'll find stories, stats, pictures, and links to our Table Rock stream. And of course, this last week, Anderson named the player of the week. I think now maybe whereas I wasn't sure how that worked out at first, I can see now with the night that Anderson has had tonight that he's kind of living up to his billing.
Yeah, you know, last night was a tough night for the Challengers, but I know they knew coming into this game, that's why they scheduled that game last night, is they didn't really think they were going to get too much of resistance from Rogue River tonight, and that game was scheduled on purpose in that situation because of the game tonight. And you can see, you know, Rogue River's got a lot of work to do to get themselves back to, a decent high school basketball team. And the Challengers, of course, one of the top teams in the state. So there's just a big disparity in this game.
House with the basketball, cross-court pass looking for 4. Ball goes out of bounds, and checking back in is Perrin Nelson.
Kind of thinking maybe the Challengers want to get to 50 here at halftime, and maybe they're going to play the reserve the rest of the night.
Could very well be. Hall, Anderson, Frankowiak. Anderson with an open look. That shot short. Ball's loose on the floor. Anderson trying to save it, and he does. Wallace going to fire from 3. He buries it.
There you go. Wallace doesn't normally make those threes, but he had a wide open one, and he knocked it down.
2 seconds left to go. Nelson going to shoot. And that shot off to the left, and that will end the first half of play. We invite you to stick around and stay tuned for the Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report. They invite you to discover all the great classes, field trips, activities, and sports leagues coming up. Visit playmedford.com to find something for everyone in the family. Well, we'll take a timeout here, and then Mark and I will be along with all the stats and stories from the first half. That's all coming up in 2 minutes.
I'm Pat Cox with Sherm's Food Stores. The employees of Sherm's are proud to be part of your community.
We have thousands of customers in our stores every day, and our checkers know a lot of them on a first name basis. They tend to enjoy what they do and they love it, so it reflects in how they treat the customer.
If you live anywhere in Southern Oregon, there's a Sherm's store near you. We hope to see you soon.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
Daily Adventure starts at Pinnacle 365. Accelerate your day with morning motivation, that midday pick-me-up pit stop. Plus, earn free rewards with our Peak Rewards app. And when you buy Red Bull, Old Wisconsin Jerky, and many other items, you'll accumulate big savings on fuel. With locations in Oregon and California, we are here to keep you energized throughout the day. And with our Peak Rewards app, we'll help you travel further for less, keeping more money in your pockets. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
I know what you're saying.
This is Maya. As an embedded systems engineering student at Rogue Community College, Maya spends a lot of time in the lab, learning circuit design and making great connections with her instructors and classmates. By riding the bus and not owning a car, Maya saves almost $1,000 a month. RVTD helps Maya get to and from class safely and easily, enabling her to invest in her bright future at Oregon Tech. Way to go, Maya.
Brown.
Okay.
I mean, dark, I would say to me it looks more brown than red. That particular color, whatever it is.
All right. Well, back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, the Cascade Christian Challengers leading by a score of 51-9. Certainly nobody, and not even anybody on the Chieftains, is really surprised by the current circumstances. But I suppose in terms of things that we saw in the first half as far as highlights go, Cannon Anderson came out on fire this evening. He had 15 points in the first half and scored I think the first 11 points of the game for the team. So he got off to a hot start, and then next thing you know, you got Peyton Maurer getting into the act, and Drew Hall, as well as Jaron Frankowiak, and then we even saw Tristan Wallace knocking down a three, which puts him at 2 for 8 on the season in terms of three-point shooting. So there you go, Tristan, your claim to fame. You have a higher three-point percentage than Shaquille O'Neal.
There you go. Well, not super hard to do, though.
No. Mark working on the halftime stats. Reminding you, coming up on the Cascade Christian schedule, Challengers will be in action again with a couple of road dates. First of all, on Friday, they'll be taking on Brookings Harbor over at their place. Then on Saturday night against North Valley. Our next broadcast here on Table Rock Sports will feature the Challengers on Tuesday at home against Lakeview. And then they'll have a contest against 5A Churchill coming up on Thursday the 9th, and we'll bring you the coverage of that game. 51-9 here at the half. Our halftime report brought to you by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. The new Winter Recreation Guide just hit your mailbox and is available also online. Sign-ups are happening for events, classes, and sports leagues for all. See what's up at playmedford.com. We'll take a quick timeout, and then we'll be back in 2 minutes.
You an honorably discharged U.S. veteran? If so, did you know that you and your spouse could save approximately $5,000 by taking advantage of using a VA National Cemetery? You and your spouse get a grave or urn space, grave lining, opening and closing, headstone, and perpetual care, all free. Conger Morris can assist you with making all final arrangements and also help with other benefits that you and your spouse are entitled to as a veteran. Call Conger Morris or visit one of the offices.
Yeah. Yeah.
You an honorably discharged U.S. veteran? If so, did you know that you and your spouse could save approximately $5,000 by taking advantage of using a VA National Cemetery? You and your spouse get a grave or urn space, grave lining, opening and closing, headstone, and perpetual care, all free. Conger Morris can assist you with making all final arrangements and also help with other benefits that you and your spouse are entitled to as a veteran. Call Conger Morris or visit one of the offices.
Outside shot for him, but you can tell he's definitely a driver.
He's a slasher. He always has been. Yep.
Game day adventure starts at Pinnacle 365. Kick off your day with some morning motivation. Then add some crunch to your game day with mouth-watering crispy crunchy chicken party meals featuring bone-in, tenders, and wings. Make sure you remember the biscuits. You're sure to be the hit of the party when you show up with the crispy crunchy chicken party meal. Plus, with our Peak Rewards app, you can be earning savings on fuel for your next fill-up. Enjoy your game day adventures more at Pinnacle 365.
Welcome back to the Cascade Christian Pavilion. Jim McCoy along with Mark McLemore and David Alvarez over on the camera this evening. It's halftime, and Mark, you've got the halftime stats, which reveal no surprises.
Well, no surprises at all. And what's amazing is the Challengers got 36 shots up in the first half. 21 for 36, that's 58% for the Challengers. Just 4 for 22 for the Chieftains, 18%. And that's really the difference in the game. The Challengers have got, between that and the turnover margin, 16 turnovers for Rogue River to just 5 for Cascade Christian. So between those two, pretty obvious, who's shooting the ball better and who's taking care of the basketball better. Scoring, first for Rogue River, McWillie has a 3 for 3 points. Weston 4 has a bucket for 2. And Sam Hogg has 4 points, and that's the scoring for them in the first half. For the Cascade Christian Challengers, Bradley Richardson has 2. Jaron Frankowiak has 8. Cannon Anderson leading the way for the Challengers with 15 points. Tristan Wallace has 7. Drew Hall with 9, and Peyton Maurer with 10. So a lot of different guys getting involved in the action for the Challengers, and it's sort of what we expected coming into this game. Challengers put up 51 in the first half, and really took care of business right from the beginning.
Certainly did. Well, we're moments away from the start of the second half. Let's take an opportunity to take care of those that take care of us. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with more action here on TableRockSports.net.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Any time is a good time to plan your funeral, except at the time of the funeral. At Conger Morris, we know that there are so many advantages to planning ahead. It eases the burden on our families at their worst time. Pre-planning also alleviates their stress, knowing the funeral costs are already taken care of. And it allows your service to be more meaningful, with all of your wishes being taken care of. Call us today for personalized assistance in creating your own plan. Conger Morris, we'll always be there.
Then here we go, getting ready for the start of the third quarter. Our halftime report brought to you by Medford Parks and Recreation Department and PlayMedford.com. The winter activities guide is out. Learn more at playmedford.com or call the Santos Center at 541-774-2400 to get started. Just about ready to get it going here for the beginning of the second half. Challengers leading in the ball game by a score of 51-9. Recall in the league opener, Challengers won that game 108-23, and I think they're going to try to do what they can in terms of pace and giving other guys a chance to play to not have that happen tonight.
Yeah, I think they kind of proved in the first half that they could put another 100 up if they wanted to, but I'm sure they're not going to try that. I think you're going to see some different people in the game, as we're seeing right here to start the third quarter. We see there's a Mason Hoffman sighting out there.
Yeah, well, this looks almost just about like your JV starting lineup, save for Farmer.
Yep.
Who's been exclusively varsity
and obviously
lately.
Colson Brown.
Yeah.
So those two guys have been exclusively varsity. Colson, though, as we've talked before, hasn't played for a while, and he's just getting back into game form. So I'm sure he's going to play some minutes tonight. There's no doubt about that.
Steal by Nelson. He'll take it out of backcourt. McWillie with it. He has 3 fouls. And he goes against Farmer. 4 inside. Bounce pass. Hogg with it. Skip pass over for McWillie. 4 driving shot rejected by Brown. He had a couple of those last night. Farmer with the basketball goes hard to the hole. It ends up over the opposite side of the glass.
That's a layup Farmer usually makes. Kind of surprised he missed that one.
So at 51-9, Rogue River has an opportunity on this possession to go into double digits. Bounce pass down low. Moody with it. Got a little too far underneath, but a foul called against Cascade Christian.
That one's going to go, I think, on Colson Brown.
And that'll go, and that'll send Moody to the free throw line. Free throw attempt, that one. Off to the right, no good. Remains 51-9. See Colson over at the Challenger bench. Little discussion with assistants Ryan McLemore and Scotty Morris. And then
you can't do that.
Not sure what that was about.
You can't do that. He fake shot a free throw.
Feel like I'm at a Globetrotters game all of a sudden.
Yeah, where's Curly Neal?
Yeah. And a big bucket of confetti. Brown with the basketball. He's going to drive. Kicks it out. Hoffman shoots. His shot off the back iron. There's McWillie with the rebound. He speeds out of backcourt, loses the handle on the basketball, and it'll be Cascade ball.
Another turnover for Rogue River. 16, remember, in the first half, and they're adding to that total.
Richardson with the ball, kicks it out. Brown going to glide to the hoop, kicks it out for Hoffman. Richardson going to the hole. Drive and kick. Brown shot off target, but a fortuitous bounce lands into the hands of Hoffman. Richardson going to shoot from the free throw line. And that foul will go against 4. And that'll be his second of the ball game. That'll send Briley Richardson to the free throw line. First free throw attempt is good.
Briley's got 3 in the game now. He had a bucket in the first half.
Another opportunity coming his way. Second attempt is good, and now I can say he's actually the leading free throw shooter on the team at pushing 90%.
Well, yeah.
In limited opportunities.
You didn't want to say that in front, right?
No. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt to prove it.
Yeah. The old announcer jinx.
Yes. You see where Jim Nance really got burned on that.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the kind of things you never live down.
No.
As if my list isn't long enough already. Meanwhile, Nelson had a nice drive to the hoop, but can't get it to go. Richardson drives, and it ends up behind Brown and ends up out of bounds. Cascade turnover.
Well, and this group hasn't played together a lot, and you can see that so far. A little rusty, throwing balls to where guys aren't, or a little bit too fast, and all those kinds of things.
Meanwhile, high shot off the glass. And as Bryant collects it, and that will go against Christian Moody. That'll be his second personal foul of the ball game. Bryant going to shoot from downtown. This shot just a little bit long. Farmer chases it down, loses his defender, kicks it out for Hoffman. Richardson. Tipped by McWillie. Hoffman loses the defender, and then Brown off the window. Nice play there. Hoffman to Brown.
Yeah, a really nice pass by Hoffman, attacking the paint area and getting the ball to an open Colson Brown.
Nelson with it. Tries a shot. They just can't buy a bucket in the game. Richardson, Hoffman.
Thought about it.
So Bryant's going to try it instead. His shot a little bit long. Brown saves it out to Farmer. Farmer pulls up in the paint. And whistle stopping play. And a foul against the Chieftains as Dylan Westlake gets ready to check in. Westlake will take care of the inbound. Hoffman dumps it down low, but it's broke up. Good heads-up play there by the Chieftains. 4. Spins around in traffic. His shot, no good. Hoffman with the rebound out of backcourt. He's a guy who does not waste his opportunities. Farmer with the runner, 2. Farmer with his first bucket of the ball game. It's 57-9.
Nice drive by Farmer, little pull up.
McWillie starts a bull rush to the hoop. Steal. There's Dylan Westlake. Glides to the hoop. 2.
Yeah, you get him out in front of the posse and they ain't catching him.
Do you see the speed on that?
He's got some speed.
Kick it out from long range. McWillie, he buries the jumper.
His second 3 of the game.
59-12. Over in the corner, Farmer against McWillie. Farmer will pull up and shoot from 15. Shot in and out. Bryant with the offensive rebound. Hoffman will shoot, and he scores. Mason Hoffman, and a timeout called on the floor. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. For almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home, vehicle, or business needs. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass supports our schools and communities. Table Rock Sports also says hello to our 2,250 YouTube subscribers. Get updates when games go live. Join the team at YouTube/Table Rock Sports.
Well, it's nice to see some of the other guys get an opportunity to play here, and they're starting to find a little bit of rhythm between them. You could see it was a little bit rusty to start with, but now getting a little bit of rhythm, get attacking the rim, getting some opportunities, knocking down some shots. So
just need to get a little flow going.
9 points now in the quarter for this group, to just 3 for Rogue River.
Well, look what we have here. There's a Kellen Klecker sighting.
There we go.
Everybody get your stopwatches ready. Trying to chase it down.
Another Rogue River turnover. Good defense by Cascade Christian. Dylan Westlake and others on that.
Austin Ellis trying to chase it down. Richardson going to drive hard to the hole. He loses the defender, and he's got 6 in the game. Meanwhile, going the other way, foul called against the Challengers.
I think that's going to be on Dylan.
Well, he's got to get that, for good measure.
Well, smoke them if you got them, right? Got 5 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. You just have to remind now, Dylan, you do want to play the rest of the game.
Yes, exactly.
Forfeited, and Ellis, kind of a circus shot there. Out of backcourt, Klecker feeds it to Westlake. His pass across the paint intended for Richardson goes out of bounds. Parent Nelson getting ready to check in. Ellis will take a seat on the Chieftain bench. Farmer with the basketball. Westlake looking inside. There's Klecker. He'll feed it down for Westlake. And then moving to the hoop and scoring is Colson Brown.
Love it. Love getting the ball into the post guy and letting him go to work down there.
Colson with 4 points in the ball game. Hogg dishes off on the drive. Shot missed. And a rebound by Farmer. Farmer out of backcourt. Loses the defender. Goes to the hole. 2.
Nice little move by him. Good finish.
McWillie quickly going the other way. 4. And now checking into the ball game is Eli Bryant.
Farmer coming out after a couple of buckets by him.
Fire Klecker! And he gets it to go. Did not need GPS on that shot.
Nice shot by Kleck. Good to see him get a couple of hoops here in the last couple of games.
Rebound by the Challengers. Bryant being chased by McWillie. He'll go hard to the hole, and he lays it up and in, going coast to coast. Meanwhile, 4. Kicks it out Byron Smith, who's in the ball game. McWillie will fire from 3. The bank is closed, apparently. Klecker out of backcourt.
It's a deep one.
Westlake going to drive, goes hard to the hole. He lays it up and in. And what you see is the Challengers' speed on display, and speed kills.
Yeah, and there's a lot of speed and athleticism on this group that's on the floor right now.
4 with it. Pulls up, shoots. And there's Klecker with the rebound. He's like, make sure you mark that down. I did get a rebound there. Brown from long range. His shot short. And Brown, as he tried to make a move, time winding down. And the jumper by Hogg, no good. That will end the third quarter of play. The Challengers lead 75-12. We'll be back after these messages.
Don't touch me.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Come enjoy the patio weather and a brand new menu at Tap Rock Northwest Grill, where friends and family gather and memories are made. Come visit us today or visit our website.
Getting ready for the fourth quarter of play. Challengers lead in the ball game, 75-12. Going out there with Derek Farmer, Briley Richardson, Colson Brown, Eli Bryant, and Mason Hoffman. Aaron Nelson in there along with Sud McWillie. He feeds it down low, and Moody traveled.
Before he got fouled, because it looked like he was going to get fouled if he wouldn't have traveled. But the old foot shuffle.
Took a couple of steps. 7:43 to go. Colson Brown on the high post, backing down. And now Farmer, fadeaway jumper. Offensive rebound by Hoffman. Brown, nice feed. Challengers lead 77-12. Brown with 6 in the ball game. 4. Works it up top. Ellis back in the ball game. Nelson left at the top of the key. He'll try a drive to the hoop. Off the bottom of the rim. It looks like we'll have a foul called.
On Farmer, I think.
And that'll send Perrin Nelson to the free throw line with 6:48 to go.
Just the third and fourth free throws of the game for Rogue River.
First free throw attempt, short.
Is the reverse jinx work? They haven't made one yet, so maybe this will get them to make one.
Yeah, there you go. They struggled with the free throw line tonight. Let's see if they can get one here.
There you go.
Maybe it worked, yeah. Perrin Nelson. That is his first point of the night.
And then the first point of for Rogue River in the fourth quarter, too.
Brown going to kick it out. Farmer starts a drive. Brown going to go to the hole. He lays it up and in.
Brown's got 8 now.
Can he dunk?
Oh, yes.
Right time, right place.
Yes.
Maybe where we got Farmer. Farmer driving against McWillie.
Really nice Euro step by Farmer for a bucket. And all the challengers are in the scoring column that have played tonight. And looking at my roster sheet, and only Austin Maurer hasn't scored, which he hasn't played if he hasn't scored.
Right. Driving is Nelson, rejected. Who was that? Bryant or Brown?
Bryant. Eli got him.
Bryant and Perrin Nelson having a little conversation there.
I'm sure they are. Is he trying to get his shoe back on?
For the Chieftains, they have 4 in the lineup, along with McWillie, Ellis, Nelson, and Moody. Bounce pass, Ford. In traffic, can't get the shot to go. Brown with the rebound. Richardson. And Cascade Christian calling a timeout. And that will give us an opportunity to give some shout outs to our sponsors, including Tap Rock Northwest Bar and Grill. Make sure a visit on the banks of the Rogue River is included after your next trip up to the Grants Pass area. First class food and a new menu awaits you at Tap Rock. Fans, it's time to get back in the game. As an official, there is a critical need in all sports right now. Go to osaa.org and click on the blue Become an Official button to learn more. 5:22 left to go in the ball game. Challengers leading 81-13. So, Mark, you said, well, should be able to hit 80. Mission accomplished there.
Yeah, 5:22 left to go. You never know. It might get to 90, but we'll see. It will be, it has been and will continue to be a running clock here. And we'll see if the challengers go to some sort of offense that moves the ball and the people and doesn't necessarily focus as much on scoring here to end the game. We'll see what happens.
Brown along in the lineup, along with Richardson, Bryant, Hoffman, and Farmer. Cross-court pass, Richardson. Near steal by Nelson. Hoffman will pull up and shoot. Shot in and out.
Looked like it was going in, but didn't.
Moody takes the rebound for Rogue River. 4 up the floor. He drives, slices through the defense, picks up his dribble, and a little circus shot there. Kind of gets stuck in that spot. It was like,
might as well shoot it. I can't do anything else.
Bryant going to fire from 3. It's good.
It's a 2, though. Foot on the line, according to the official, which I think it was. It looked like it was to me.
He's got 4 in the game now. 83-13. Stuck in the corner. Rogue River going to go ahead and call a timeout. And so we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be right back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Game day adventure starts at Pinnacle 365. Kick off your day with some morning motivation. Then add some crunch to your game day with mouth-watering crispy crunchy chicken party meals featuring bone-in, tenders, and wings. Make sure you remember the biscuits. You're sure to be the hit of the party when you show up with the crispy crunchy chicken party meal. Plus, with our Peak Rewards app, you can be earning savings on fuel for your next fill-up. Enjoy your game day adventures more at Pinnacle 365.
At the Cascade Christian Pavilion, down to 4:22 left to go in the contest.